Posting on Facebook only to be posting to crickets because like your engagement sucks. If that's you, you're definitely going to want to stick around, as today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips to increase your engagement on Facebook. So if you like what I'm putting out, just make sure to not only subscribe to my channel, but also hit that bell so you get notified as I upload videos every single week. Stay tuned. The goal when you put up any type of post, right? Your entire goal should be like, I either want to like, a comment, or a share, okay? That is your goal when you are creating any type of content on Facebook, whether it be just a regular post, whether it be a video. The very first tip on how to increase your engagement on Facebook, and that is to make sure that when you are putting up posts, you're putting up content, you're creating videos, right? You want to make sure that the content you're doing is actually engagement worthy. Like, is it worthy? You need to stop and think, okay? It's a mindset thing. And I see it all too often. I work with a lot of people and I do a ton of social media, specifically like Facebook profile overviews. And I see all too often, it's a common theme of people just posting to post to post, and there's no rhythm to it. Like, it's just random content that has absolutely nothing to do with their brand. It has nothing to do with their target audience. Like, it's just random posts, okay? That is the worst thing you can do if you're really looking to ramp up and get more exposure on Facebook. You have to think quality content. Your goal is to entertain, educate, inspire. I know you've heard that, and I feel like every time I say it, I'm like beating a dead horse, okay? But it's so true. So don't just put up random posts if it has nothing to do with your brand, if it has nothing to do with the audience that you're serving, if it has nothing to do with who you are, what you're about, like who you serve. You really want to make sure that your content is intentional, okay? So let's move on into the second tip to increase your engagement on Facebook. And that is to make sure that the content and the post that you're putting up, that it's specific towards your target audience, that it's specific to the type of person, like your ideal customer. There's like a bajillion names for what we call it. So some people may say avatar, customer avatar, your ideal customer, your target audience, tomato, it's all the same. Who are you wanting to attract? And are you creating content that's geared specifically towards them? Okay. So I'm going to kind of give you an example. So I am a mom. My ideal customer is also a work-at-home mom. And therefore, if you go to my profile, what you're going to see are a lot of posts that are geared towards mom. When I do like inspirational quotes, yes, I do general inspirational quotes as well, but there are like inspirational type posts where I will put like a picture of me and my daughter, or I will like, the other day I put up a funny post, like my 5-year-old, straight up, she lost her freaking iPad. Really? An iPad? Like, you're going to lose it? Hopefully it will turn up, okay? The sucker has grown legs is all I'm going to say. But anyways, my point is, I put up just a funny post, and I was talking about how my 5-year-old misplaced her iPad, but I bet if I threw an Easter egg in the yard, she'd find that shiz, okay? So that is just like a funny post, but it totally relates, like other work-at-home moms who have toddlers, like are totally going to relate to that. That's something like, I'm sorry, it was a funny stinking post. But again, entertain, educate, inspire. And if you look at the posts that I do on my profile, a lot of them are geared towards moms. I don't just put up a random post. So really think about who that ideal customer is for you, and think of ways that you can start incorporating content that's really going to speak to them, that's really going to attract them. I've got a friend, okay, who is my Twinkie. I'm sure some of you know her, Jen Johnson, and she very much is like faith-based. So the types of content that she puts up are spiritual. They're related to faith, okay? That's not really my brand. I mean, I'm a Christian, but I'm not like a faith-based Christian. So you won't see the type of content that I do. It's going to differ from hers because we're speaking, although we talk a lot about the same thing, we also gear our content to two different like sectors of people. Is that making some sense? Drop a one below if that is making some sense to you. Tip number 3, okay? You want to raise curiosity. Now, this, I do feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm just going to say it because there's some people who's still not listening to me. I'm just saying you want to raise curiosity versus trying to sell, okay? So many people, and this was me, drop a 2. If you feel like you've ever been in that pitchy stage, or you're putting up posts because you see people in your upline or you see other people in your company who are just putting up like the same copy paste type posts and talking about how great their product is, dude, nobody cares. Like, nobody gives a rip whether you rank advanced. Nobody gives a rip whether you meet your quota for the end of the month. The end of the month is the worst sometimes, because sometimes I just want to like shut my news feed off. Like, I don't even go in there, because there's so many people who have no clue how to market, who go out there and they just start pitching, yet they wonder like, well, why am I not generating any leads? And why is nobody engaging in my content? And it's funny because I was looking at On This Day from like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm going to end up posting it in my community. But it was a post that I had put up, I think 3 or 4 years ago, that was a total pitch fest, okay? And I had 2 likes on it. One of those likes was my sister, the same sister that called me a spammer, okay? So I'm telling you from experience, unless you are Oprah can pitch. Oprah could join a network marketing company and she could slap up a post talking about how awesome this product is and people would buy it all day long. You are not Oprah, okay? I am not Oprah. We have to be smarter in our marketing. We have to think, okay? So people are over the constant infomercial. People are so over seeing all the sales posts in their newsfeed. That's why, like, people's posts are getting, like, people are getting unfollowed, people's posts are getting muted, all of that kind of stuff, okay? So you want to think about, when you are creating a piece of content, what can you do that's really going to, like, create curiosity in a way that's going to get people reaching out to you? For me, I'll give you an example. Back in March and April of 2017, I started on my own weight loss journey. So I ended up starting to take some supplements. And what I did was I started just documenting my weekly progress. Hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is kind of what I'm doing. And like, I've never publicly mentioned the name of the company, the name of the products, ever. And that very first month I started documenting my journey, I had over 350 people reach out to me or comment on my post saying, what are you doing? Like, I want to feel better. Like, I'm looking to lose weight. Like, what are you doing? Like, I want to know what you're doing. That is the difference in raising curiosity versus if I were just to put up a post with the 4 products that I use and I'm like, oh my gosh, these products are so epic. Like, you totally need to try them. They're like ground floor opportunity. I would have had nobody engaging, okay? But it's because I was smart in my marketing. That's how I started generating like crap tons of leads, and I started getting like insane engagement on my posts, okay? So think about, before you put up a post that has to do with a product or has to do with an opportunity or anything, you want to think, okay, how can I change this post? How can I like create curiosity around it to where I'm not giving away the ending to my movie, okay? So ditch the pitch. That's the message here. Ditch the pitch, raise curiosity. That is going to skyrocket your engagement. It will also skyrocket the amount of leads that you're generating if you're smart in the way that you do it, okay? So if you're like, dude, I really need to get better at posting, make sure that you click on the link above the video, hop into my free community, because next Monday I'm going to be doing a 5-day engagement booster. I'll talk more about what that's going to entail at the end of it, okay? And so the last, no, not the last, I'm only on 3. I still have 2 more tips. So the 4th tip to get you some more engagement is not to post so close together. And I see this again all the time when I'm doing profile overviews. People will put up a post and they're like, well, I'm not getting a whole lot of engagement, so I'm just going to put up something else and maybe it will get some engagement. Drop a 3 if you've kind of ever been guilty of this too. I know I have in the past, but you want to think less is more. That is a fact. Less is more. It's not about the amount that you can post, because what happens when you do start posting and you're posting too close together is your own posts begin to compete with each other, okay? And I've said this a million times, but you have enough competition. You have enough competition with the over 2 billion people who are actively using Facebook on a daily basis. Stop competing with yourself. It's just not smart. So space your posts out. I would say like 1 to 2 quality posts. And if I get a post up and I see that it's starting to hit pretty good, people are starting to comment and engage, I just let it ride. I don't even like put up another post. I generally only post about once a day, if I'm being honest. Max, I never post more than twice a day. If I have something else to say, I will go and I will put something up like in my Facebook stories, or I'll post something in my community. But I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot, okay? Less is more. That is the 4th tip. Again, if you are getting some value from this, you can like it, share it out. If you do share, drop shared below so I know. So last and final tip. And this may seem like common sense, but sometimes, let's face it, common sense ain't so common, okay? And that is, don't be negative. I see so many people who are pissing and moaning on Facebook on a constant basis. Dude, this is not your diary. If you are wanting to really get serious about building a business and you really want to attract like rock stars and people who can go out there and actually crush it, you are not going to do that if you are posting negative stuff, because the people who are influencers and the people who are willing to go out there and like really work for it, they're not bitching on Facebook 24/7, okay? So don't be negative. If you are negative, understand, yes, you probably will get some engagement, because negative attracts negative, and people who are negative, generally you're going to have other people who are going to hop on your post and they're going to start pissing and moaning too. But guess what? Chances are those are not the type of people that you are going to want to attract into your business. They're not the type of people that you're really going to want to work with, okay? Trust me, soul suckers suck. You do not want those negative, like, soul suckers is what I call them, right? So you want to make sure that you're staying positive. If you do want to complain, do it to your best friend. Go complain to your mama. Go complain to your best friend. Go put it somewhere else, anywhere. Or, hey, you can put up a post, but make sure that the privacy setting is set to only you, so nobody else can see the negative crap that you want to put up, okay? So those are my 5 tips. If you still feel like you just need some more just tips, you want some more hacks on just how to increase your visibility on Facebook, how to increase your engagement, then what I want you to do is I want you to hop into my free community starting Monday, September 24th. What I'm going to be doing is I'm launching a 5-day engagement booster, where every single day for 5 days, you are going to get a free little training. I'm going to post a training. I'm going to post a pro tip. I'm going to post an action step for the day, and I'm going to give you a post idea. So that way you're not like, dude, what do I post? Like, I am going to give you an idea every single day. So if you're not in the community, make sure you hop in and turn those group notifications on. If you do have any more, just drop them below. I'll come back in as always, and I do read every single comment that you post. So again, feel free to share it out if you got some value. Hope you have the most amazing day, and until next time, bye.